Everybody? Welcome into Purple Parlor, episode 49. It is your boy SK, Realistic Randy Rap. We got an L to talk about, man. So, things going to get spicy, but we're going to get right down to it right after this.
I say the same. I say the same. I say the same. Alright.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, welcome in to Purple Parlor, episode 49. It is your boys SK, Realistic Randy, and Rap. Vikings to the Baltimore Ravens at home. It's a rough one, man. It started off good. Got a little bit rough. How are we feeling after the loss to the Baltimore Ravens?
Well, first off, I'm really, even though it's a day later, waking up this morning and carrying it with me all day long, even to this moment right now, I am so pissed that the sack that Dallas Turner got legally, like by all letters of the law, that was a sack, especially when you consider Lamar Jackson still had the ball in his hand. You tackle a guy that's the ball carrier at that point anyway. And that's a play. That's a tackle. I don't understand what it is that you want these guys to do. And I don't think the NFL cares to really explain, the full body weight. That's a damn shame, man. And ironically enough, I mean, this is the result of the Anthony Barr play on Aaron Rodgers a couple of years ago, where it was also a clean tackle that, you can't do the full body weight. And it's like, yo, this every year, this league is getting softer and softer. And I feel bad for Dallas Turner because that was a hell of a play that he made.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, I agree with that 110%, man. That was, I've been sitting back waiting for Dallas Turner to do something, and he finally did something, and then it got called back. But I'm not going to dock him for it. I'm going to consider that him making a play, doing what we wanted to see. But, I mean, how do we feel, right? That was the question. How do we feel? Man, we ain't feeling good, man. Listen, there's a lot of shit going on, man. You know what I mean? Like on Vikings Avenue, bro. Like for real, this shit getting ugly around here. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I have over and over again defended Kevin O'Connell, but I'm gonna tell you right now, yesterday's game was my last straw for defending this bullshit. I ain't never defending it again. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I need to see change. And quite frankly, I don't think change is gonna come, to be honest with you. I really don't. And watching Brian Dable get fired today after he won Coach of the Year just a couple years out, it lets you know that Coach of the Year means absolutely nothing. Nothing, bruh. Like, if this man continues to do what he is doing, he deserves to be fired, period. All right? It's getting to the point now where I know we be having conversations like, hey, maybe take the play calling away, bruh. Look here, man. If you're going to do that, just get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. Ain't no need to even have him hanging around. Just go ahead and just wash your hands totally, bruh. Hey, this is where I'm leaving the shit at. And we're going to get into why I feel like that later in the show. Straight up.
I'm not going that far. Play calling duties, absolutely.
Cool.
I wouldn't say get fired, but we'll get into that later.
Cool.
As far as me, I'm somewhat on the same boat as far as looking at KOC first, which obviously you're the head coach. You look at him first. But there's other places to put blame here, and there's some big names that we're placing some blame for this game on that I'm sure we're all going to agree on. Obviously, first person you're going to look outside of the head coach is the quarterback. And we do got to look at J.J. McCarthy here. Again, I feel like everything that we're going to kind of put on JJ here is kind of a constructive criticism thing because this is what's to be expected from a young guy here. Like, there's plays where it's like, you shouldn't have thrown that, but, you're going to make mistakes like that. They suck. They make you cringe a little bit. But that's just part of the process of this young quarterback stuff. So But there's plenty of plays where JJ was not on point, was not accurate, made bad decisions, but that's to be expected. We don't expect this type of performance almost every week this year out of our coach of the year in Kevin O'Connell from last year. So I think that's where we're getting frustrated and saying, wait a minute, you're supposed to be a top at least 3, 5 coach in the league, and you're not showing it, at least with your play calling. I believe he's a great leader. I think he's a good leader of men, but that play calling definitely needs some adjustment. First and foremost, how many times again, and how many times do we got to get on here every single week and talk about it was a 3rd and 1, and all we had to do was run the ball? No, we decided to chuck the ball down deep. Now, granted, one of those times was the Justin Jefferson one-on-one with Marlon Humphreys. I'm not mad at that one.
I'm
not mad at JJ for that one.
Neither am I. Well,
I'm mad. I'm mad at the decision. Period. I'm mad at the decision. We shouldn't even be talking about JJ tripping and falling. Like that shouldn't even be in the discussion. And we'll get to that. Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
I'm looking at it as you have the best receiver in the league, possibly the best football player in the league, one-on-one on the outside. I understand taking that shot. You want to get your super. I get it. I can't hold it fully against you. But again, you say we're going for it on 3rd down. We're taking our shot. We had one-on-one with Justin Jefferson. If that didn't work out, we had a 4th and 1 drawn up as a run that we're going to go to if we didn't get that 3rd down. Obviously, it was an interception, and that 4th down never happened. So I understand from both aspects. Absolutely, we've been harping on this, not only this season, but KOC's entire tenure with this football team is the 3rd and 4th and shorts. The play calling has been atrocious, and that has continued through this week. So that particular play, I'll give 50-50. I would like to just run the ball and get the 1st down possibly. But seeing one-on-one on the outside with Justin Jefferson and a corner playing press man, I believe he was press man, I'm not mad at taking that shot. But KOC as an overall game, terrible again. Justin Jefferson, who we just spoke on, his body language the entire game was terrible. Terrible. And I get it. You may be frustrated. It happens, and we're not used to this side of Justin Jefferson because he's been a model citizen or a model athlete or player in this locker room. But there was a lot of plays and a lot of instances where you had a touchdown catch hit your hands. It was a beautiful ball from J.J. McCarthy, and you didn't haul it in. You had a route that before you got tripped up with Marlon Humphrey, you slowed down on that route, causing you to trip over Marlon Humphrey. And there's other plays too where Justin Jefferson just didn't his head wasn't there. I don't know what was going on with Justin Jefferson, but those are the 3 people I'm looking at where we got to place the most blame here. Am I missing anybody in that list of people?
I would take Jefferson off that list. I'm not blaming him at all. And in fact, going back to the earlier point, yeah, you had him one-on-one with Marlon Humphrey. 9 times out of 10 with a competent quarterback, you can make those plays. Matthew Stafford can make those plays. He makes those plays all the time with Puka Nacua. Yeah. And goodness, the other guy, the former Packer Jet, Devontae Adams. These quarterbacks, they make that, but you're dealing with a first-year starting quarterback at 3rd and 1 at home. That's a lot of pressure on that young man to put him in. Yes, he should have been able to connect with Jets on that play, but also I'm going to say for Jets, how many of you guys out there, this is for SK, Rap, and everybody in the chat, has had a job to where you kicked ass. I mean, you were the star of the company, but at the same time, your direct supervisor is a certified idiot and puts all the weight, almost in a sense that you may have to do some of his or her job just to keep the company afloat. And then it happens year after year after year, and you get the credit, but also all of these meetings that we have about goals and quotas. Rap, you work in sales, right?
Yeah.
You know how it goes. You don't hit your numbers, they come at you hard. It's a high stakes situation, almost to a degree like football. NFL is obviously way more pressure in doing that job, working for this league, but you do it time and time again, and you're the best, and you're one of the greatest employees that this company has ever seen. And you one day, no complaints about you in 6 years, but one day you just say fuck it. You This supervisor doesn't know what he's doing, and I have to help this quarterback out. But with this supervisor calling these plays, what am I supposed to do? We're going nowhere. We're now below 500. We've won one game at US Bank Stadium this year. Like, at some point, we've been lucky that he's gone this long without the diva notation or him being like Jamar Chase or AJ Brown, by the way, who's mad every single day over in Philadelphia.
Even when they
after
win.
winning.
After whether they win or lose, this dude
Yeah.
finds a way to be mad. And we never got any of that from Justin Jefferson for 6 years. He's the best receiver in the league. So for that game yesterday, and this is the first time that we're talking about his effort or questioning his motor. I mean, he's had to carry this team for so long and be a big time contributor to win games in spite of his direct supervisor, which just so happens to be KOC. I'm not going to get on Jefferson, man. I feel like he's held on for so long, trying to be patient and just be professional, and everything's going to come together at some point, only for this year, because this was supposed to be the year that the Vikings take a leap, even with JJ McCarthy, because KOC, the direct supervisor, is a quarterback whisperer. And none of that has happened. And actually, in some ways, this team, in a lot of ways, they have regressed. They've been a worse team than what they were supposed to be. So the star employee that's been doing all the heavy lifting for 6 years, if he wants to have a game where he just wants to let off some steam and say, you know what, fuck y'all, man. Like, if he wants that, go ahead and have it. Otherwise, we can sit here and say that, oh, trade his ass, blah, blah, blah. All right, go ahead and trade him. See how much worse of a team that you are without him.
Yeah, no, that had a great analogy. You know, great. I'm with you. I don't think Justin Jettas. I don't think Jettas. Oh, what happened to Randy?
No.
We lost Randy, but I don't think Jettas should get any type of blame or anything for yesterday. I mean, was there things that I noticed that were like, okay, yeah, he looks like he's maybe not putting in the full effort. Yeah, you know, there were a couple plays where I'm like, okay, maybe he looks irritated a little bit, but again, he has the right to feel that way. I feel like he has the right to feel that way if he wants to. I mean, shit. He's been playing great for us for years and years, man. If the motherfucker feels some type of way, he feels some type of way. My problem is this, man. Like, I want to go back to the third down, the one-on-one, and all that crap that we just was talking about. All right, listen, this is the deal. All right, shout out to the Luft and them over there on First and Score, because they said something tonight during their show that just made me really think about some shit. Think about this. Analytical, right? Because we can even get to the go for two call, the going for two. Like, to me, that was bullshit as well. All right. Now, we'll talk about that. But this is what's more important here on this third and short. The Vikings have ran 24 plays, third and short or under. 14 of them have been passes, 10 of them have been runs. Out of the 10 that they've ran, they've converted on 7 of them. Out of the 14 passes that they've passed on third and short, they've converted 1 of them. All right? Let that shit sink in. Now, when you think about that, right? When you hear that, right? And you look at it, I don't give a damn if nobody was guarding the motherfucker over there. You feel me? Like, this is the problem is, if you're trying to convert the first down to continue to move the ball, continue to drive the football, you run the ball. I mean, the analytics told you to to go for 2. You know what I'm saying? On that bullshit at the end. That's what the analytics told you, right, KO? So your analytic people should say, hey, look here, bro. The truth is, it's 3rd and short. Hey, 70% of the time we convert if we run. We only convert, 7% of the time if we pass. Which one you deciding to do? You know what I mean? Which one do you think is better?
Yeah.
I don't care if he's one-on-one. JJ gonna get his reps, man. I'm talking Jetta's. Jetta gonna get his reps, man. Like 1-on-1, 3-on-1. I mean, he's going to get his play. Just throw him the rock, man. That play wasn't that important. Well, I think what was more important, it wasn't, to me, I look at it like this. I think people are looking at it like, oh, it was more important to try to get an explosive play with Justin Jefferson because it's Justin Jefferson, to where I look at it like, no, what's important is to get the first down. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's what's important on the 3rd and short, is get the first down. Yeah. If it's 3rd and 9 or something like that, and that's the look, okay, cool. I'm with that. I can probably swallow that a little better pause if necessary. Yeah, probably big pause. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's 3rd and long, okay, bro. You taking a shot downfield, you're going for it. We're talking 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. It's like the most important thing should be to just convert. You have 2 running backs on your team that have first of all, and this is more context, is your 2 running backs are getting 5 yards a clip and 6 yards a clip yesterday. Yeah. Bro, you know what's crazy? JJ McCarthy threw the ball 42 times yesterday, right? We ran the ball, what, 14 times between both running backs, I believe, or 13. I think Aaron Jones ran the ball 9, 13. Bro, and then JJ had 5. I want to combine all of those rushes and flip it, right? We should have ran the ball 42 times and passed it 16, and I guarantee you we would have kicked their ass yesterday. Like, straight up, bro. Because the way the defense was playing, and the way we were running the ball, we would have beat them to the ground, bro. We would have slowly made them bleed out. Facts, bro. Yeah. I don't understand why you did. That's where the problem comes in when you're talking about in-game adjustments, when you're talking about Kevin O'Connell, not realizing and looking at the room. You don't know how to read the room. You don't know how to read the room, bro. Like, that's my rant, bro. It's irritating, man, because it's just like, yo, like you can't teach stupid, bro. I promise you can't. You just can't teach it, bro.
Yeah, that's the only play that I'll somewhat defend KLC on, because he felt like he had the 4th and 1 to run it. But again, I see both sides. Outside of that, the entire game as a whole, I thought was terrible. We call one trick play game. If you guys haven't noticed, one trick play game. We had the throwback to JJ McCarthy, which, hey, it almost went for a first down, but we have a young, on the smaller side quarterback that just came back from injury. Why would you put him in a position to get hurt again? What if he got hurt on that play? What if he twisted that same ankle? What if he got hit and then he was seriously injured? Like this, it's those things where it makes you scratch your head like, what the hell are we thinking? What the hell are we doing?
Let's pull up real quick, SK, man. Let's get these super chats in real quick, man. Real quick, because we had bruh been up here for a minute, Steve, man, and I don't want to forget about y'all. Shout out to Steve. First of all, he said, Randy, didn't know you did a show with Justin Jefferson. Ha ha ha. You 3 are great. Keep up the great work. Pass, defense. And then facts. Hey, shout out.
It's not run no more. It's pass.
It's not run anymore. It went from run is the punt to fucking.
We need to find a happy medium. We need a happy medium.
Like, what's up? Like, why are these guys allergic to balance, bruh? Like, I don't understand. What is wrong with balance? I mean,
you know what this game reminds me of? This reminds me of it was either the year before Zimmer got fired or the year before that. John DeFilippo's first year. We went and we played New England, and we were running the ball up and down down their throats. But we only ran the ball, I think, 10 times. But Dalvin Cook was averaging like 10.5 yards a carry. And then we came out the very next game against Miami, and we ran for like 180 yards or 175 yards or something. We just pounded the ball down their throats. As much as we gave flack to John DeFilippo while he was here, and he was terrible. he at least acknowledged what he needed to do, and he oversold on the running shit, and it ended up turning into a 150+ yard game for Dalvin Cook that day. So I'm hoping, and we failed to see it so far, the adjustments. I'm hoping that we see one of those games where we're running the ball down there.
It's not happening, bro. It's not. Shout out Philly, man, with the 499. He said that's Flo. As a former head coach, I know Flo blood be boiling. LOL.
Defense played great.
They did.
Defense played great this game.
Played really good.
And really that's two games in a row, guys. It looks like this defense, when we're fully healthy, we got everybody that we need out there. This defense looks like somewhat of the defense that we expected before the season started. So if there is any positives from this game, it would be the defense that's looking really good. And on top of that, Jalen Naylor led the team in receiving. He went for 124 yards on 5 receptions. Yeah. Jalen Naylor looked really good, but that was probably outside of the running backs the only other guy that looked any good for this offense. Another guy that we didn't mention that deserves a lot of this blame, Brian O'Neill. Brian O'Neill was atrocious yesterday. I believe it was 3 false start penalties at home, 8 in total for the entire team. Going to penalties, we had over 100 yards in penalty yards, came in critical downs. That ultimately, even with the turnovers, penalties were the difference in this game. If you just clean it up with the false starts and clean it up with these penalties, I don't think we're talking about a loss today. I think we're talking about the Vikings eked out one after turning the ball over 3 times. So this was just like an epic, I'm not going to say collapse, but this was kind of just like an epic Vikings fuck up. Like we get a few of these a year, and this was one of them. But yeah, Jalen Naylor looked good. Defense looked good. Brian O'Neill looked terrible. Aaron Jones, I got to take one on the chin here. I was one of the guys that was criticizing Aaron Jones. Why isn't Jordan Mason playing? When Aaron Jones is healthy, he is huge for this offense and this football team, as you can see. And we stopped giving them the goddamn ball, which didn't make sense. But yeah, man, just a rough loss. Anything else we want to touch on this game?
For this game, well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Rap. I've done enough going off on KOC that I'm like, I'm gonna let you guys figure it out. What do you want to say about the coaching? Because I've said all I've had to say about this man, that you're never gonna win anything with him. And not only should he give up play calling at the end of the year, unless things get drastically better with McCarthy, then it becomes, okay, what does he do in 2026? Yo, this dude should be fired. Like straight up, he should be fired. Or you know what? If you find somebody that can call plays, you know what, KOC, you can stay the head coach in the meeting room, set up all the knickknacks and posters and the presentations that you want to, I guess, present to the team, or sweep the hallways and get everything nice and clean, whatever. But as far as on the field, man, you know what it is. Like, I'm not going to add any more to what I've already said or add any more to what Rap just said, but this is just what it is. That 3rd and 1, yeah, we can say, hey, it was an opportunity for that one-on-one single coverage with Justin Jefferson. I was going to go for it on 4th down if it didn't work. Okay, well, clearly it didn't work because that resulted in a turnover. But even if the turnover, here's the thing, I'm gonna ask you guys, even if the turnover didn't happen, right? Let's say it was just incomplete. Marlon Humphrey doesn't have a chance. The ball hits the ground. What do you think KOC is calling on 4th and 1? Like a double jet sweep, backwards, and then throw it across the middle.
He said he had a run.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
He may say that. He didn't have a fucking run dialed up. Yeah. He was saving face in front of the media. Well, it didn't work out, but I had this great run play after on 4th down. No, you didn't.
My honest opinion, he was either going to pass the ball again, or he would have punted. he would have been a pussy and punted. I mean, that's really what I'm thinking. You know, it's
I
easy to
don't think.
say. It's easy to say I had a fourth down play in my back pocket when the game's over at the press conference, but in the game, I don't trust this dude, bruh. Like, I don't know. I think he would have. I wouldn't be surprised if he would have ran a punt team out there. I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
don't think he would have punted.
what part in the game was that? It wasn't. Was that late in the game?
We
That
we
wasn't.
were we were up 10-9 at that point.
Yeah, and then they
We're up
turned that
10-9.
they turned
He would have
that
punted.
interception into a field goal. So then they went up 12-10
Yeah.
after that. But
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
man, KLC
He
all
would
the
have been like, "We're
time.
up by 1 point. Our defense is playing great. Punt." I'm telling you.
Right. And what was I forgot who was it between you two that gave that stat as far as third and short, fourth and short, the distribution, how they pass the ball way more than they run the ball in those situations. But this situation on fourth
It's
and 1,
different,
I
Randy.
totally would have ran the football.
Different.
No, you wouldn't.
If you would have just ran the football on that, this is the problem. If you ran the football, because based off of analytics, you know what I'm saying? Here we go. The analytic guys. Based off of that, if you would have just ran the ball, you would have got the first. I mean, it's just really that simple. You know,
Yeah.
based off analytics, it's really that simple. I mean, we shouldn't even really have to be breaking this shit down, doing all this extra shit. It's based off of your analytics that you like to live and die by. Once again, if you would have ran the ball, you would have got a first down. Simple. There is no other. The chances of you getting a first down would have been 70% based off of your analytics. When you throw the ball, it's 7%, and you saw what the fuck happened. You saw what happened.
That should have been a handoff running play, not these wide ass pitch runs that KOC likes to call, where you're setting yourself back a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. The defense is already past the line of scrimmage, so they got to break tackles far beyond the line of scrimmage or behind the LOS just to try to get a yard or two. But like I said,
see, where's CJ Ham? Where is CJ Ham? Hand CJ Ham the ball.
Here's the thing. Ironically enough, on that play, the interception by Marlon Humphrey, CJ Ham was out there. He was out there as the lead blocker. And they said, they'll never see this coming. They think it's a run. Let's see what this first-year starting quarterback can do. Single coverage. Well, the man, Justin Jefferson, ain't Superman. He's Superman in the sense that he's the best receiver in football, but he's not literally Superman where he can leap and fly for an overthrown pass.
Yeah.
He slowed up on his route and he tripped on Marlon Humphrey. If Marlon Humphrey got to the ball, Justin Jefferson would have got to the spot of the ball. It may not have been complete. But that I'm not putting full blame on Justin Jefferson, obviously, for that. But he deserves a portion of that blame. You slowed up on your route and your feet got caught up with Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey kept going and had plenty of room to get to the ball. So you're saying Marlon Humphrey's faster than Justin Jefferson? So I don't think it was an overthrown ball. I think the ball was probably thrown just right. The fact that Justin Jefferson slowed up and then tripped over Marlon Humphrey is what pisses me off about Justin Jefferson. And you said it earlier, when you're the superstar at work and you get these awards or whatever it may be, you're held to a certain standard at that point. Once your work, your place of employment, see, okay, this is the standard that this employee sets. The standard that Justin Jefferson has set since he's got here. Playing hard, always got a good attitude. Look, I get you get frustrated. It happens on the field. I get that. But when you're slowing up on routes, when you're dropping touchdown catches, then I got to look at you and say, come on, dog. It's 1 week. Hopefully it's a one-off. Next week he comes back and he's locked in and he's focused. But Justin Jefferson was not locked in. He was not focused. He was frustrated. He was slowing up on routes. He was dropping balls. Justin Jefferson deserves a sliver of the blame, maybe not for the loss, but as a leader for this football team, you're supposed to set an example. And he wasn't setting that example yesterday. And that's what upsets me.
I hear you, bro.
Go ahead, Rap.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
He's got the captain patch on his jersey for a reason. I'll give you that. He needs to act like a leader after what we saw. Okay, fine. But if I'm Justin Jefferson, Don't tell me to be a leader when the supposed leader of this team is shit in the bed. That I'm, as a player, we're in two different sections. I, as a player, am far outdoing my job compared to my supervisor who's not doing shit. He's the one that should be the main leader. And then the fact that everything's being pointed at him, that's just not right. But we can agree or disagree.
Yeah, no, I'm not pointing everything. We went over KOC. I'm just kind of going down the line here. We went over KOC. He obviously is a huge portion of the blame for this loss. Absolutely. JJ McCarthy absolutely deserves some blame. But in these losses and these tough, frustrating games, a portion of those losses are expected to be JJ McCarthy's fault. He's the young quarterback in this fourth start. Like, we've already cut out a chunk for him of blame for each loss that we got. We get that. But I'm looking at our leaders. And not only is Justin Jefferson a leader on this football team and a captain on this football team, Brian O'Neill is a leader and a captain on this football team. And he looked terrible. Maybe not his body language, but 3 false starts at home. I don't know if that's to do with the cadence with J.J. McCarthy. I don't know what was going on. Some people were saying that the Ravens were kind of doing this feint, like, call or something at the line before we snapped the ball. I don't know what it was. That shit's got to get cleaned up, or we're going to be looking at a really rough season. Now we got the Bears coming up.
Well, hold on real quick. I said, because I just want to touch on that. And then there's one more thing I think we should touch on before we go to the Bears. When it comes to that play, again, I just want to make sure we clear where I stand. JJ should have never been running that shit anyway. I'm talking Jettas. So that's why I'm not blaming him for nothing. I'm blaming Kevin O'Connell because he should have never been running a 9 route.
Come on, Rap. If you're a superstar wide receiver and you have one-on-one with the corner in front of you, and your coach says, "I got you one-on-one on the outside. We're gonna take a shot with you, JJ." What do you think Justin Jefferson said? Of course, give me the ball.
This is the thing. You as a head coach,
Jefferson was like, this play call is
this
terrible.
is the problem though, SK. This is the problem. You were up 10-9, right? That we were up 10-9 at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is a time to go and score, right? So my issue again is to continue to move the ball, just get the first down. That's the only reason why I'm pushing back on this, is because if it was 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, okay, and you get that look, take the shot, bro. You should have had 2 plays to be able to check into at that point. But for 3rd and 1, there should be no excuses on why your percentages are super high when you run the ball on those situations. You 70% of the time convert. You need to be running the ball and getting the first down so that you can continue to move the ball downfield to try to take a 2-possession lead over this team. Like, that is my thing. When you're taking a shot like that, so many things have to go right. You have to first, things like what happened when he tripped. I mean, a lot of shit has to be right for that play to even happen.
You could say that about a 1-yard run too, though. Everybody's got to block their man. Everybody's got to have their steps right and work in unison. Everything, a lot of things have to happen for every play, regardless of 1 yard
I get
or 50 yards.
But this is the thing, SK. We have actual data though. See, that's where we have actual data that if you run, you convert 70% of the time, compared to if you do what we tried to do, it only is 7%. Like, which one are you going to take? You know what I mean? Like, to me, I don't know. To me, it sounds like common sense, right? And maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm looking at it different. But to me, I'm looking at it like, yo, if you know that, and maybe KOC isn't aware of that. I don't know. But if he isn't, that's an issue then. And I think he needs to run the fucking ball, man, period.
All the analytics and everything, 100% agree with. We know 70% of the time you run the ball, you get the first down. I also look at it as, if this isn't KOC and this is another coach calling this play on 3rd and 1 and taking a shot, we're not having this conversation. That's a good play call. You still had 4th and 1 if you're planning to go for it on 4th and 1. But knowing that is KOC and his issues with 3rd and 4th and 1, that's when it becomes the topic of conversation of saying, why didn't we just run the ball? This has been a constant issue with you. And it is. Like, it obviously is. I'm not mad at that shot. I'm not mad at that play call because you have the best receiver in the world lined up one-on-one on the outside, regardless who's quarterback. You take that shot on 3rd and 1. If you're expecting it, get the ball back, and again, take the KOC thing out of it. If it's just a normal offensive coordinator or head coach, you take that shot on 3rd and 1. You don't get it, say it's not intercepted. You still have 4th and 1 to run the ball. So we have an issue because it's KOC, which it's a legitimate issue and a legitimate argument because he is so terrible on 3rd and 4th and 1s. But it wasn't necessarily a bad play call. It's a bad play call because it's KOC calling it, if that makes sense.
It's all about, part of your job as a coach, especially the head coach, is to recognize your personnel. It's one thing to call a play action deep pass to Justin Jefferson last year against the San Francisco 49ers at home when you're deep in your own territory trying to prevent yourself from getting a safety. It's one thing to do that with Sam Darnold, because even before he ended up having that MVP-like season, that was early in the season, the kid still has talent.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold still has talent, and he's been in the league for a long time. 3rd and 1 in that situation where McCarthy was already making some errant throws and the lead was just 1 point, you're only up by 1, that any little mistake, it's going to set him off. I know that he's a guy that's into the meditation and the positive attitude and stuff, and I think that's great. But when you make a mistake, or at least what I've seen from him, when he makes mistakes, the more mistakes that he makes, the more off base he becomes, the more he gets into his own head and has all this anxiety. I hope the next play I don't fuck up like the last play that I did. So to call that play on 3rd and 1 up by 1 point with this guy, JJ McCarthy, who just needs to get reps and get better over the course of a game and get better as far as being a professional quarterback. You're putting all that pressure on him to make that throw, and then it doesn't work out. Okay, 4th down, you weren't going to run the ball. Or if you were going to run the ball, you were going to do some goofy shit. Yep. So that was just the wrong place, wrong time, wrong personnel, wrong quarterback to make that throw at that position. That's something where you do later in the game when you're up by 2 possessions, 10 points or something like that. And you want to try it? Sure. 1 point?
Yeah. Because even with the best wide receiver in the world, it's still a low probability play. Like, regardless of how you slice it. Like, one-on-one.
How often do you get one-on-one with Justin Jefferson?
But that's
how
the
often
thing.
Does that happen?
It may not happen often, right? But I don't think why is that so important that, okay, Justin Jefferson's one-on-one, you're taking, but no matter
your
what,
wide receiver happy.
Because
the best
even
wide receiver in the world
because
happy.
this is the thing though, regardless, it's a low percentage play. It's a low percentage play regardless of how you cut it. So you're taking a shot. You are. And don't get me wrong. I'm all for the be aggressive. We call for that. But I think there's a time and place for it. It's situational football is what the argument is about. It's about the situation at hand. I think that's the issue. The score has something to do with it. The fact that your running backs were running for 5 yards a clip has something to do with it, and you only need 1 yard at this time. I mean, it all makes sense. Everything is leaning towards, bro, run the fucking ball, man. I mean, goddamn, like what? Why are you allergic to that? When you're trying to put a team out their misery. You know what I'm saying? We could have put our foot on their necks if we would have just kept moving the chains, running the ball. This could have been a game where if we ran the ball 42 times, like I stated earlier, we would have dominated this football team yesterday. We would have been celebrating tonight. All right. The Aaron Jones would have had 100 plus, and Mason would have had 100 plus at the way they were running. The offensive line was blocking great yesterday. A shout out to the offensive line. If you take away the penalties, the offensive line was opening holes. How do you not see that and continue to use it? Bro, for Jordan Mason to get the ball 4 times is criminal. Bro, that is criminal, bro. Like, I don't care, man. That is criminal, man. You know JJ McCarthy threw more than he's ever thrown in his football career yesterday. 42 damn times.
Yeah. Unnecessary.
In a game that was 9-10. and damn near throughout the game. Why? I just that's where the issue is. But let's just talk real quick, SK, before we move on to the Bears. I want your guys' opinion on the 2-point conversion thing, because I know we kind of touched on it. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is my whole spill about that. All right. First of all, when I heard the whoever was calling our game come on and say, well, the analytics tell you that you should go. Shut the hell up. Okay. I'm sick of all this analytic bullshit. All right. Look, this is the deal. If what you do in that point is you kick the one, you kick the extra point. Now, if you do happen to get the ball back and you go down and score another touchdown, now you know what? If you want to get together and say, hey, let's go for the kill, let's take our one shot and go for the kill, then let's do it. Because now you missing that 2 point, you just fucked yourself. You know what I'm saying? To me, it don't make what analytics tell you that is the right play to call. That is the right thing to do at that point in the game. I mean, where? I just don't get it, bro.
Yeah, no, I wasn't a fan of that at all. Especially with your young quarterback. Like, why would you make it any harder on him? That just makes it that much more difficult. So I didn't like it at all. As soon as I saw it, I said, what the fuck are we doing?
The analytics tells you to go for it.
Take the extra point. And like you said, if you get the ball back and you score again and you want to win it at that point, you're playing with house money, so be it. So I didn't like it. Not a fan of it. Another bad decision by the – even if we got it, I would still be upset. Like, why the fuck did we even go for it? Cool. We got the 2 points. Not that it made a difference in the game, but, yeah, I didn't like it.
I just want to go back to football being football, man. You know what I mean? Like, straight up, man.
It'll never go back. It'll never
like
go
this.
back.
This shit is getting weird, man. Like, and it's irritating me as a fan when our team's the one on the bad end of the shit.
All the nerds took over and started the PFF grades and the fucking analytics and percentages. No, just fucking let's just play football.
Let's go back to looking at the other team and saying, look here, we need a yard. Guess what? Yes, we're running it right now. Do something about it. Me and Crown were talking about that on the post game. Yeah, you know what? The whole world knows we're running, but you know what? You ain't gonna be able to fucking stop us, because we're gonna put y'all's back in the dirt. You ain't stopping us from getting this yard. I don't care if you know we're doing it. You know what I mean? Like, let's get back to that. That's what Kevin O'Connell promised us.
Yeah, I think the most frustrating thing of this, and we'll move on after this, is that the team and health-wise were kind of coming together and getting healthy, and people were performing the way we're expecting them to perform. Jonathan Allen had another good game yesterday. Javon Hargrave had a really good game yesterday. So all these pieces that we invested in the offseason and guys that we invested in the season before that, they're all getting healthy. They're all starting to get, their feet wet out there. And this defense is starting to look really good. And even this offensive line is starting to look really good. There was plenty of times where McCarthy was back there and he was just sitting. He was just chilling. And it almost seemed like those were the times where he struggled the most, is when he didn't have to make a quick decision. Because there was a few throws during that game where they were pinpoint, amazing throws, pressure in his face, especially those first 2 drives. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, we're looking comfortable out there. And then it seemed like the Ravens were like, all right, let's just rush 4. Let's stop blitzing the guy. Let's just rush 4. Let's make him read this defense, read this zone, and try and fit it in tight windows. And I think that's where J.J. McCarthy may struggle. That's all coaching. I think that's all going to get coached out. But it sucks. It's frustrating that our team seems like they're getting healthy. They seem like they're playing better, but the coaching isn't getting any better. And I think that's the most frustrating part where we're at. But we'll touch on Chicago real quick. We usually don't take too long on the following game. And then we got some recaps on the Sizzling 7 picks. I got the weeks that we didn't do last week. I got them on here too. So, but Chicago coming in 6-3, if I'm not mistaken, looking really good. Their offense is looking really good. Their defense is looking so. But they have played, I think, 4 of the teams that they've beat, or 5 of the teams that they've beat, all have losing records. So this is a good test game for the Chicago Bears, and I think this is a good test game for the Minnesota Vikings at home against a team that you already beat, but against a team that's a lot better than what they were in week 1. What is your guys' feeling going into week 11 against the Bears?
Whew. As far as expectations, next opponent. Right now, honestly, I'm just thinking to myself, who can this team beat? Like right now,
Yeah.
in its current state, we've talked about the coaching, but also having to go through the ups and downs of a first year starting quarterback.
Okay.
I personally don't I've said this before, I'm not really invested in the season's outcome as far as if you make the playoffs or if you have a good enough record. But
Mm-hmm.
honestly, like after watching yesterday's game, even though it's the Baltimore Ravens, they're not like the Ravens of the past, where it's like a great defense, although they made the defense look great. And usually it's Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry just tearing shit up. Lamar Jackson wasn't really himself. I think that was his first game back from injury. That
Second. It was the second.
It was the second
second game, okay.
Yeah.
But still, that they didn't look great yesterday. The
No.
Ravens were able to take advantage of the mistakes that the Vikings made in
Yep.
order to give them the advantage and propel them to victory. So it's like, you know what? For most of that game, or at least for halftime, I was thinking this team has a chance. Like, they can pull this off against this team right now. And then you saw what happened the rest of the way. All the things that continuously gets in the way of this team having some sort of victory or beating a team, whoever they're facing that particular week, it's just been a constant thing.
Yeah.
Nine pre-snap penalties, 13 penalties as a whole, as a team.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so going up against the Chicago Bears, they're playing a lot better, as you said, SK, compared to what they did week one.
Mm.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Chicago wins.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're not doing predictions yet. Hold on to predictions.
Oh,
But
sneak peek. Gave it away.
How are you feeling going into the Bears game?
I mean,
Confident? Not confident?
listen, I'm going to rally behind the squad regardless, right? Because it's just in me, right? Like, but the reality is this: if Kevin O'Connell doesn't run the football, we're not winning this game. As simple as
Yeah.
that. Like, if we don't run the football more than 20 to 25 times, we aren't winning. And that's just where I'm gonna stand with it. And then we're gonna go back, and after the game, we will look at the statistics and see if we ran the ball more than 20 times. I guarantee you, if we do that, we can win the football game. Period, man. Listen,
Yeah.
look, I'm a JJ truther. I love JJ McCarthy. I support him, all this, that, and the third. But making him throw the ball 40 times a game is not a recipe for success in
No.
his fourth fucking football game.
Yeah. Not yet. Not yet.
And like, it just doesn't make sense, man. It just doesn't. You went out
Yeah.
and you got you a running back than Jordan Mason. You went out and you bolstered the offensive line. You need to run the ball like you promised us, bro. And I'm holding you accountable for that shit. And that's what we gonna be doing for the next, what is it, 8 games, whatever the case may be. We on you
Yeah,
about
8
that.
games.
And like, JJ McCarthy needs to throw the ball 25 times. That needs to be around the cap right there. Like, to me, that's a comfortable spot. Around about 25 to 28 tops. Tops.
Yeah.
The rest of that shit needs to be handing the ball off, man. For real, man.
Yeah.
Get your goddamn. And then on top of that, when you do throw the ball, can we talk about that really quick about yesterday? Not only did he throw the ball 42 times, but where were the quick passes at? I mean, something that every pass was motherfuckers was 50 yards downfield. Why?
Something we actually had the short passing game going against Detroit, and it was working. And then we're like, nah, let's go back to what we were doing before. Let's just chuck it downfield.
I just I don't get it, man. Like, I mean, it's like the simple things just are extremely hard for this football team. And you know what? It's Kevin O'Connell that's making it this way.
Yeah.
He's making it this way, man. And it shouldn't be like this. Like, we can kick teams' ass, bruh. We should really be. We have the personnel to kick teams' ass, man. We really do.
Yeah. And it doesn't help going into next week that we may be without Jonathan Grenard. Thank God it wasn't a serious injury. He may miss this week against Chicago, but they said he has a chance to play. So it's probably 50-50 right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we put him on the shelf for a week and get him ready for, I think, Green Bay. Is Green Bay after Chicago? Get him ready for Green Bay.
Seattle.
So,
I think.
Well, we can chalk that one up as an L. Seattle is gonna fucking run through us.
But you know what's crazy though is, like, we all know our Minnesota Vikings. We will go out here and
we'll play
off.
up.
We will fuck off against the Bears, these teams that we should really beat. And then when we go play Seattle that are on this high horse, we go out there and then we get all excited and think we're about to go on this run. Kevin O'Connell's going to call a good game in Seattle and everybody's going to be back on. See, I told you. But I'm not falling for that shit no more, dog. Listen, I have a standard now starting today. And if he don't fucking meet it, I'm crucifying him every time. Yep. Let's go.
Hey, welcome to the dark side, Rap.
Welcome to the dark side.
I'm with you now.
You're not a fan now. Be right.
All right, so we got some catching up to do real quick on this Sizzling 7. I have the picks in front of me from week 8, I believe. Week we played the Chargers. We didn't get to go over them last week, but here we are. We had Chargers Vikings. We all picked Vikings. We saw how that one went. 49ers at Texans. I was the only one to pick the Texans. Green Bay at Pittsburgh. Rap was the only one to pick Green Bay. Dallas at Denver. Randy got the Denver pick on that game. Chicago at Baltimore. Me and Rap picked Baltimore. Giants at Philly. Me and Rap picked Philly. And then Tampa Bay at New Orleans. We all picked Tampa Bay. That's 4 for myself, 4 for Rap, and 2 for Randy, which brought our totals to, where'd they go? 24 for Rap, 22 for myself, and 19 for Randy. So that brings us to this week's picks, or last week's picks in a sense. First game on the docket was Rams at San Francisco. Myself and Rap picked the Rams. Randy picked San Francisco. New England at Tampa Bay. We all picked Tampa Bay. Lost that one. Philly and Green Bay is still going on. Anybody know the score of that game? You guys got the score of that?
I forgot. Yeah, it's on ESPN, so I can't see. I mean, I can go online, but
don't get ready started.
This whole propaganda. Hey, can you go to this website, Save Our Sports, or ESPN? You can fuck off.
0-0. It's 0-0. It's 0-0. 2 minutes before halftime. 2 minute warning before halftime. That's crazy. There must be a fucking whack ass game out there. There must be a lot of fumbling and bumbling going on out there, boy. Golly.
So that game's still to be determined on that one. Pittsburgh at the Chargers. We all picked Pittsburgh. Chargers ran them down the field. Cleveland at the Jets. I was the only one to pick Cleveland. Jets won, so Rap and Randy got that one. Jacksonville at the Texans, which was an insane game. The Texans came back and won it. We all picked Jacksonville. It was a rough week for all of us. But obviously, Baltimore at Minnesota. Told you guys to listen to me, man. Told you Baltimore is going to win. So we got that one. So after that, outside of the Philly Green Bay game, because we're obviously waiting on that one, we have 1, 2.
Hold on, you picked Baltimore?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember? I switched last minute because Randy picked the Vikings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So 2 for me. That's 1, 2 for Rap so far, and then 1 for Randy.
Randy, so we left out here, boy. Randy, dark for you, boy.
It feels like 2024, man.
Boy.
Right now, that's 2, 2, 1. So we still got a game left, but as we are looking at it right now, where did that score go? I just had it. It's 24 for me, 26 for Rap, and 20 for Randy. Yeah. We all picked Philly in this game, so it's not going to change the difference in it. So it's getting close. It's getting close. But that brings us to this week's games. Let me pull it up here. Let's see. First game on the docket. Let's do Tampa Bay at Buffalo. Tampa Bay at Buffalo. Rap, you're in the lead, so you go first.
Give me Buffalo. I know Tampa took a loss this week,
They
but
both did.
Buffalo also took a bad loss. I can see Buffalo bouncing back. Give me Buffalo. Where is it being played at?
It's in Buffalo.
Yeah, give me Buffalo.
I'm going to go Buffalo as well.
Gonna be my question. Where's it being played at? I'm gonna take the Bills also.
Okay, I'll go in with the Bills here. All right, next game we have. And this might have been ugly at the beginning of the year, but now it's actually a pretty good game. Carolina at Atlanta, division game.
Give me Atlanta. Yeah,
Atlanta.
I know Carolina beat them 30-0 at the beginning of the season, but
Oh, that's right.
Again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Atlanta too.
I'm gonna go Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to make up some ground.
You got to try to make up some ground. You might as well. Hey, he Hail Marying right now. You know what I mean? Might as well.
Let's see here.
Yep.
Next game we will do. Sorry, it's loading up. Hell, we can do the Vikings game right now. Vikings welcoming in the Chicago Bears. Who we got?
Chicago.
I'm going Vikings, bro. Like I ain't picking no motherfucking Bears over my team. Hell no. The Vikings better win. Yeah, Vikings better win.
Going Vikings too. Randy, you know what to do, Randy.
He said Chicago.
I already made my pick.
All right, for the betterment of the franchise, Randy goes
Let's
Chicago
go.
Bears. Let's go. Can we get a hand clap or something for Randy? Where's the sound effect? Woo, that's right. That's what we
Even
like.
though we look like some stray dogs right now. We look like them dogs in India. You know what I'm saying? Them shit with the bones showing. But we good though.
Right.
We still in the street though.
There's a lot of really good games.
Yeah.
This is a big week. We have a ton of great games this week. So I got 3. All right, next game, Chargers at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Give me the Chargers. Chargers look good coming off that dub. Even though they always like win one.
They're just like us, Rap. Yeah. Right when you start believing in them,
stack them.
Shit the bed, Doug.
But I'm gonna go Chargers on that one though. Give me Chargers.
I'll take Jacksonville.
I think I'm gonna go Jacksonville too.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go Jacksonville.
Listen, Jacksonville. Jacksonville just lost to fucking Davis Mills. You know what I'm saying?
They let him come back. Yeah, they let him come
He's
back.
not bad.
Davis Mills though, hey, he's in there. They invested in him, which is smart.
It's what you expect in a backup quarterback. He does exactly.
He's been with them since he got drafted, bro, and started for them. I mean, we touched on that last week, so he's actually a good backup.
Next game, I think this is the game of the week. Next week, the Seattle Seahawks travel to LA to play the Rams.
Ooh,
yeah, that's a really good game. I'm going. Give me LA.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, give me LA.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm going Seattle.
I'm telling you, Seattle gonna be Vikings 2.0 from last year, bro. It's all.
So you think they're gonna get smoked by the Rams and then come out the next week and smoke us?
It's all.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
Actually.
bro. The Seahawks gonna be just like we was last year. They gonna win 14 games and then they ass gonna walk around and get smacked when it matters the most, bro. Watch. I'm telling you.
This is a big game for Sam Darnold. I'm wondering because have they played already the Hawks and the Rams?
No, this is the first one.
This is the first. Hey, you know what? This might end up being.
Rams are 2.5-point favorites.
This might end up being the Lions of 2024 with Sam Darnold going up against them, where in the NFC West, the Rams may just be too much, too hot for the Hawks to handle. I'm going to take the Rams.
Let's go.
Especially on the road.
Okay. No, well, the Rams are at home.
Oh, the Rams are. Yeah. Oh,
that's what he's saying.
Yes. I meant especially with the Hawks on the road.
Yeah.
That's
all right. Next game, another real. I'm telling you, this week is just full of great games. Kansas City at Denver.
Give me Kansas City. But if Denver if Denver plays the way they've been, like, I know they've been winning, but bro, they've been winning against, first of all, bad teams, but they cannot score, boy. Their offense looks horrible.
I'm going KC too.
They do have a Super Bowl built defense, though, I will say.
We're all going KC.
Yep, my Bo Nix agenda still lives.
Yeah.
Got a chance.
We got a chance. All right, and then the Monday night game. Or wait, no, this is the Sunday night game. Excuse me. We don't want to do the Monday night game. Detroit Lions at the Philadelphia Eagles.
Give me the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles too. No, you know what? I gotta get up. I gotta up my score. I'll say the Detroit Lions. They'll take out some kneecaps.
That's good.
I think I'm going Detroit too. I think I'm going Detroit too.
All right, I'm going Philly, man. Give me Philly, please.
All right. I mean, we got some great games, and that leaderboard may be changing. We got a lot of different picks this week. We didn't pick a lot of the same. So, yeah, we got a lot of movement coming. But yeah, man. Anything you guys want to leave the people before we get out of here?
Justin Jefferson, leave him alone. He's a loud one. If he wants to be pissed off, let him.
Yeah. Nah, for real, man. And then I also want to say, hey, look, this is all part of the journey. You know, I know it. I know even going through this show, we're able to get our rocks off, man, vent, get all our frustration out, everybody in the chat. But hey, let's still ride for show. And this is all part of the journey when it comes to JJ McCarthy. There's going to be ups and downs. We know this. But we have to keep making sure that we hold Kevin O'Connell accountable, bro. He needs to pay the price. If he's going to make it harder, because what's going to happen is we're going to start having a discussion of, can he really develop a quarterback? Is he really the guy that can even develop a young quarterback? Because what we saw yesterday was not the way you develop a young quarterback. And I'm sorry, bro. You just don't do that. So what he did yesterday was a violation, bro. Flag on the play. But we still riding, man. I got Vikings by a landslide this Sunday, man. Let's go.
All right.
All right.
Hey, man, bounce back against the Bears. Get it back to 500.
Yeah.
This is the perfect, summed up
the
Minnesota Vikings franchise in one season. This is just the definition of being middle of the pack. And that's exactly what we're going to be this year is middle of the pack. But that's to be expected. You got a young quarterback.
8 and 9.
You got a young quarterback. We might make a late push for the playoffs a little bit and fall short.
We'll be in the hunt.
It's just what we do, baby. This is what the Vikings do. So if you don't know already, now you know. But we got a young quarterback. Let him develop. I know it's hard, but try to look more towards the future than looking at just next week and win or loss and all that. Just try to look at the production and the progression of JJ McCarthy. Hopefully, we get to see that throughout the season. But with what KLC is doing right now, it's kind of hard to see that. But you still got 7 games left. We shall see. But relax, Let's take our time, patience, and only half the time embrace the suck. It's not a full-time suck. It's just a half suck,
Yeah.
So pause. So it's not that bad. Let him progress. So, But yeah, man, that wraps it up for us, guys. Before we do get out of here, we are aiming for 1,000 subscribers. I don't have the number in front of me right now, but I know we're getting close to 900 if we're not at 900 already.
We're at like 950 something, are we?
Are we? Hey, if we're at 950. That's a lot more than what it was when I checked.
Oh no, I think we're at like 850 maybe, right?
850. Okay, so yeah, you guys hit that share button, hit that like button. We appreciate the interaction that you guys do. Come on here and support, and all the super chats out there. We definitely support that because that's funding this channel. Everything that we use is going right back into our channel. So we appreciate you guys tapping in, showing support, shooting us the super chats, hitting the share button, hitting the like button. We greatly appreciate that. But that concludes this episode of Purple Parlor episode 49. It is your boy SK, Realistic Randy, Rap in the house. Until next time, y'all. Peace.